What can I bring back from the past? What new fragments of stories can I recover? What clues can I find to explain how the Great Awakening was forged? I'm a listener, a teller of stories. My mission is to honor the ancestors, the stolen ones who were forced through the door of no return, forced to forget their names, their languages, their homes, their loved ones. For centuries they endured a constant assault on their lives and liberty. It is the responsibility of the living to honor the dead. I tell stories of the silence that was created to cover up this crime, to bury the stories of how their unfree labor created the modern world. Silence has a way of fraying at the edges, thin lips, closed mouths, claims to innocence, not knowing and not wanting to know. I tell stories of the reckoning, the time when crimes of the past were laid bare, transgressions atoned for, debts owed or paid. The time of the awakening followed. The world was unmade and recreated anew. Awakening is a most precious gift, and those of us who live in this time of peace and prosperity must always be vigilant. Our freedom was paid for long before we were born. I come to honor ancestors on both sides of this ocean who gave birth to the future and whose lives are forever intertwined. When silence covered this land, it suppressed the knowledge that slave ships were built here. In the bellies of those floating tombs, people were chained together and transported as cargo. Millions lost their lives. I pay homage to those who were imprisoned on the slave ships that were built in Newfoundland. The Antelope, Betsy, Chance, Fly, Friends, Friendship, Good Hope, Maria, Morning Star, Ocean, Roebuck, Sarah, Swallow, Tawny, Torbay, and Wasp. 14% of the 246 people who were loaded in the cargo hold of the Friendship built in 1785 died during its journey from New Calabar to Montego Bay. Out of the 269 captured people who journeyed on the Betsy from Banks Island to Charleston, 39 died. The bitter taste of violence lingers in places where trees were cut down to make these ships. The forests were consumed along with the life that they had sustained. A deep silence enveloped the forests. The waves lapping against these shores witnessed this crime. They hold the memory of the dead whose bodies were thrown overboard, and those who survived this treacherous journey to author a new world. Rocks from these shores were placed on ships as ballasts. When the ships sailed to the African continent, the rocks were taken off. People were loaded in. The rocks who witnessed these crimes are stranded on the other side of the Atlantic. Rocks do not forget. They will always be a part of this place.